Hi, my name is Zach Fuchs, and in this video I will describe the process and measures taken to create this accurate and precise design using the Dynascape program. In both Dynascape and AutoCAD there is a model space. When opening Dynascape, the user will begin by clicking the File button on the upper right hand corner and selecting New Drawing. Once that has been selected, a menu will pop up giving the user paper size options. In this design I used an 8x11 paper size with a scale of 1 inch equals 10 feet. Unlike AutoCAD, Dynascapes will automatically scale the page to 1:1 and does not have a separate paper space, so the page size will be selected before beginning the design. Scaling to 1:1 is defined as scaling the drawing to real-world measurements. Next, the user will import a background image and scale it using the reference length tool. Like AutoCAD, the user will draw a line with a known measurement, then use the tool to reference the line from one point to the other. In this case, the known measurement was the length of the doorway. This will scale the whole drawing to that measurement and help to eliminate confusion as the design progresses. Once the background image is successfully inserted into the model space and scaled, it must be moved into the dotted line area. This area is what is seen when the final project is printed. To do this, the user will draw a rectangle around the image, then move the rectangle to the desired location and click on the far left button on the Revise tab to draw the image into the rectangle. Once this is completed, the tracing of the design can be started. While in the model space, the user will have access to all the different drawing and modification tools needed to complete a design. All the drawing tools are fairly simple to use and are located in the Quick Start menu on the top left. Unlike in AutoCAD, Dynascape does not use the noun-verb way of modifying lines and shapes. Instead, the user must select the action first and then the line or shape they want to change. Dynascape also has a line and polyline tool just like AutoCAD, but they function slightly differently. In Dynascape, there is no arc tool, so the snaps on each line can be used to create arcs on lines in different shapes. There is also a closed polyline option that allows the user to draw different unique shapes and apply hatches in specific areas. Just like in AutoCAD, the circle and rectangle tool are simple to use, but Dynascape also includes a modifier bar to shapes so they can be inserted at specific measurements, which can be very helpful during intricate designs. The Constraints tab on the top is used to restrict lines to specific movements, just as the Polar Constraints function does on AutoCAD. This can be helpful when tracing the building and other outlines of the design. The Move and Copy tool are located next to the rectangle on the Quick Start menu. However, the Copy tool must be turned off by clicking the tab on the top to be able to use the Move tool because they share a button. This function is slightly more complex than the simple Move and Copy tool on AutoCAD, yet equally as effective. Objects can be deleted by first selecting the object, then clicking on the recycling bin icon on the top. The Trim tool is also used in a variety of ways. Unlike in AutoCAD, lines do not smoothly snap to each other, so the Trim tool is needed to clean up any perpendicular lines that do not match up correctly, and also to delete overlapping lines in a space. This is helpful when applying a hatch to areas of the design. When using the Hatch tool in Dynascape, the user must first use the Closed Polyline tool to outline borders and figures in the design. Unlike AutoCAD, figures do not have a border that is recognized by the program, and therefore will be covered by the hatch pattern if not outlined. Layers are used to manage information in the design and are present in both softwares. In Dynascape, the Layers bar is located on the left side in the Dynascapes tab. All plants and figures are pre-assigned a specific layer, whereas in AutoCAD the user must create each layer and assign specific objects to each one. The layers in Dynascape are much more efficient because they eliminate the confusion of deciding what belongs on each layer and pre-select the specific color and line weight that corresponds with a specific element of the design. The layers are also pre-named, and objects or lines can be moved from layer to layer by first selecting the object they want to move, then by clicking the Revise tab under Layers and left-clicking on the desired layer. Just like in AutoCAD, there is a layer editor table that allows the user to add layers, turn off and on specific layers, and change the name and color. In Dynascape, the plants and other figures are built into the program and can be located by clicking the Figures tab on the left side. Within the Figures tab, the user has the ability to browse through thousands of uniquely different plant symbols and accessories that are automatically set to a certain layer. These symbols range from simple plant material to complex water features and vehicles. This is a fast and efficient way to add a desired figure to a design, whereas when using AutoCAD, the user must outsource figures and download them into the design. When inserting a figure into Dynascape, the user must first click on the spot where they want the figure to be, then click again to resize the figure, and click right to place it in the design. This allows the designer to perfectly orient everything in the design to their liking. Unlike AutoCAD, Dynascape is an industry-specific software. This means that the program was specifically made for use in landscape design and has extra features not found in AutoCAD. Once the tracing of the design is completed and all plants and accessories have been added, the user can label specific plants and objects in the design. To label an object, the user can simply click the QT button under the Commands tab, then type what they want and add it directly to the design. When labeling plants, the user has the ability to navigate a plant list database that is provided by Dynascape. This can be done by simply clicking the flower icon under the Labeling tab. This tool is very useful because it contains a large amount of plant species and varieties that can be added to designs. Plants can also be grouped together by using the cluster tool and then auto-counted. Once a desired grouping of plants is selected, the user can select to have the cluster of plants counted automatically, or they can do a manual count. This will be important when inserting leader lines to label specific plants. A leader line is a line pointing to a specific plant on one end and displays the name, cultivar, and count on the other end. This serves as a strong visual aid in the design and can help to familiarize the client with plant material. Once all the design has been completed, it is time to insert the plant list. The plant list is located under the Related Tasks tab and looks like a flower with a calendar behind it. Once selected, the list can be easily placed into the design. After the design has been completed, it can be printed as a JPEG using the File drop-down menu in the top left corner. Overall, I enjoyed using both softwares for landscape design and would recommend both to anyone in the industry.